All in previous lecture we discussed about the structure of the microsporangia, microspores, then structure of the megasporangia and structure of the microspores. We know that the how will they forms inside the microsporangia and megasporangia. Okay, when they start germinate inside this microsporangium, and megaspore gets start germinated inside the megasporangium. Now time they get matured when they dehiscence from this microsporangia and from the megasporangia. Now we can see that in lecture how they get dehiscence. Okay, first point regarding to the dehiscence of the sporangia, that is microsporangia and megasporangia. On the maturation of the sporangia, here point to be noted that on the maturation of the sporangia, when sporangia, that is microsporangia and megasporangia, when they get the matures, okay, the spores are liberated. When the spores they get the microsporangia and megasporangia get matures, that means that when spores get the maturate, the next step is the dehiscence of the sporangia, that will be the spores liberating. The spores are liberated. On the maturation of the sporangia, the spores are liberated. The sporangial jacket, here we know that there are two layers the sporangial jacket. The sporangial jacket, okay, 1 minute. The sporangial jacket, that is all split vertically. This is the jacket layer. This split vertically into the two walls. Then they get the two wall due to the dehiscence. Okay, this splitting is caused by the, now what the splitting would be the take place. This splitting is caused by the different hygroscopic change in the apical lateral part of the sporangial wall. We already know that there are two layered jacket wall. Okay, inside this jacket wall there is a hygroscopic change will be that take place. The importance here the change is known as the splitting is caused by the different hygroscopic changes. Okay, hygroscopic changes means with the absorb the air or moisture from the this environment, and there is a hygroscopic change take place. When this hygroscopic change take place, okay, there will be the changes in the cell wall pressures, and the pressures will exert on the cell wall and they get the ruptures. Okay, therefore the splitting is caused by the different hygroscopic changes in the apical and lateral part of the sporangial wall. These hygroscopic changes take place in the apical as well as the lateral part of the sporangial wall. The sporangial wall split. Therefore, due to these hygroscopic changes, the sporangial wall split. The sporangial wall gets split with jerks and eject out the developing spores. Due to the dehiscence of the spore, these spores get liberated. The sporangial wall finds split with jerks and eject out the developing spore. These developing spores comes out. These micros, these developing spores. Here these terms used for the developing spores is the microgametophyte. They used a particular term that is known as the microgametophyte or microspores to distance of few centimeters. When they get liberated, when they get dehiscence, they distance of a few meters they liberated. Okay, this point important. The distance of few centimeter they get dehiscence from the microsporangia and megasporangia. Okay, this point clear. The next point, this way megaspores may be thrown out 6 to 10 centimeter. This megaspore may be thrown out. These megaspores come from the megasporangium and fall down from the, that is a distance of the 6 to 10 centimeters from the megasporangia. And microspores, that is a distance is the 1 to 5 centimeter. This is the distance 1 to 5 centimeters away from their microsporangia. The spores get liberated. The spores are dispersed from the splitting sporangiums by the wind current, and then the causes of this wind current these spores, that is microspores and megaspores, are dispersed from the splitting sporangiums. Okay, in those way both the spores are liberated. Like in this way both the spores get liberated. Important things is the first is the dehiscence of these sporangiums, and this dehiscence is due to there is a hygroscopic change take place inside the lateral and apical cell wall of the sporangia. Due to these hygroscopic changes, okay, due to these hygroscopic changes, this the sporangium particularly dehiscence, and when dehiscence take place, these microspores are liberated from the sporangia and they away from the sporangium to the few centimeter, that is 6 to 10 or 1 to 2 centimeters. Okay, now this is the regarding information about the dehiscence of the sporangia, that is micro and mega sporangia. Now second important terms here, the germination of these spores. That is, now we can know that how this germination of the microspores and megaspores take place. Here as you splitting of this sporangia take place, the next step is the germination of these spores, that is microspores and the megaspores. Each microspores germinate to the male. Each microspores, there is millions of the microspores inside the microsporangia. When they get liberated, the microspore germinate into the male or microgametophyte. When these microspore generated, when water and moisture is available, they just start germinate into the male and microgametophytic generation of the Selaginella. Okay, on germination of the megaspores developed into female gametophyte or megagametophyte. This female gametophyte or megagametophyte will form when megaspores get germinate. Okay, germination of the microspores and megaspores. When microspores germinate, it will form the male gametophyte, and when megaspores is germinated, they form the that is the female gametophyte. Now this is the regardings to the formation of the spores, then liberation of the spores and germination of the spores. This is known as the, all these terms is known as the asexual reproduction. Okay, this asexual reproduction is take place through the that is by formation of the spores. Now second important reproduction, third type, is the sexual reproductions. You know that what is the meaning of the sexual reproductions? The sexual reproductions means that is there is a fusion of the male gamete and female gamete. Like in the bryophyte, we see that the male gamete is known as the antheridia and female gamete is known as the archegonia. Okay, this male gametophyte, that is the antheridia, consists of the anthrozoites, which are the haploids, and female gametophyte consists of the that is the archegonium. There is a neck and venter. Inside the venter there is a egg is a presence. When there is a fusion of the male gamete and female gamete take place, zygote will be the frumps, and this is the zygote redivide and from the sporophytic structures. Now we can see in the Selaginella how actually sexual reproduction take place. Okay, first point, in the sexual reproduction, it is confined to the gametophytic generations and occurs by the formation of, and this the it is confined to the gametophytic generation. A sexual reproduction is known as the gametophytic generation. Okay, this is known as the gametophytic generation and occurs by the formation of male and female gametophyte. And these are generation is formed by the formation of the male and female gametophyte. In Selaginella, as you see in the Selaginella, development of gametophyte is an endosporic development. As you see the development of this gametophytic, male gametophytic and female gametophytic, that is a endosporic. That endo means inside, spores means that is a sporangia, that is microsporangia and megasporangia. This development take place inside the microsporangia and megasporangia. Therefore, it is known as the endosporic development. The microspores germinate into the male gametophyte and megaspores germinate into the female gametophyte. Okay, these terms you already know that. Now both the kind of spores, that is a microspores, both the kind of spores, that is the microspores and megaspores, start germinating. They are start germinating before the dehiscence of their respective sporangia. You know that there is a dehiscence of the sporangia take place when they get matured. Before the dehiscence, that is the microspores and megaspores, inside these megasporangia and microsporangia start germinating. This is the very importance. Both the kind of spores start germinating before the dehiscence of their respective sporangia. The male gametophyte is completely enclosed within the microspore wall. This male gametophyte is completely enclosed within the microspore wall, that is endosporic. Greater part of the female gametophyte is also included within the microspore wall. Here the all the part of the, that is anthrozoites and archegonia, are present inside the that is the microspores, and archegonia is inside the megaspores. Here the condition is different from the rixia. Okay, here on the thallus body antheridia and archegonia present, but here the developments of the anthrozoids and archegonia are take place inside these microspores and megaspores. You should remember this difference between the gametophyte. Okay, then next is the both the kind of spores start germinating before the dehiscence of the respective sporangia. The male gametophyte is completely enclosed within the microspores wall. Greater part of this female gametophyte is also enclosed within the megaspores wall. Only the apical portion of this male gametophyte and female gametophyte being exposed. During earlier stage of the germination, the entire female gametophyte is enclosed within the spores wall. You know that these terms, that is the both the male gametophyte and female gametophyte development take place within the microspores. Okay, this will be the clear. Now in next lecture we see the structure of the male gametophyte and structure of the female gametophyte.